If you have ever been on your own journey to improve, you've likely fallen into the trap of mindlessly following a guru's 30-day plan. By trusting his knowledge, you did exactly what he told you to. You actually followed each action for a few days, but then you failed for a day, and then again, and again, so you stopped following the plan. And the thing is, it's not even your fault. You just followed the wrong idea, one that's scientifically inferior to the latest data. So why do so many people fall for these plans? And why do so many people fail at them? In order to answer that, we first need to define what the average plan looks like, and then look at it through the lenses of science to explain why people fall for it and why they can't change. So let's start with the structure of an average 30-day plan. It's pretty self-explanatory. It lasts 30 days and includes multiple self-improvement habits like meditation, reading, business work, working out, journaling, etc. Then the plan usually has a static number of minutes set for each activity. For example, read for 30 minutes a day, work for an hour, and meditate for 10 minutes, and so on. The main flaw in this kind of plan is that the time spent on each habit is static, it doesn't change. Now it's time to understand why so many people fall for this idea. We tend to like the idea of a 30-day challenge because it provides a sense of certainty, the illusion that we'll become a new person by just following the plan. It feels safe, clear and structured, like we finally have control over our lives. It feels like a minigame as you get daily wins, track progress and visually see streaks. And behind all of that is our optimism bias. We all believe that we'll be the one who sticks to it and transforms fully in just 30 days. So why don't we actually transform, and why do we quit when it gets hard? As it turns out, the answer lies in a scientific field called neurology, the study of the brain. Your habits are formed through multiple neurons working together, and these neurons don't just change overnight. The rule of habit building states that the longer you've done a habit, the stronger the connections between the neurons become. That's why something like brushing your teeth before bed feels automatic, as you've done it for years and it's deeply ingrained. The same rule also explains why starting a new habit feels difficult, because in the beginning only a few neurons are firing together. That's exactly why you cannot do a complete 180 overnight, change all your habits and expect to transform without burning out after a few days. Let me explain this again so you fully understand why 30-day improvement plans don't work, so you never fall for this idea again. You aren't stupid, you aren't useless. You just haven't given your brain enough time to reshape itself and create stronger connections between new neurons. So, what's the best way to change scientifically? To truly improve as a human being, you need to apply a simple strategy that most bodybuilders are already familiar with, and it's called progressive overload. It means increasing the amount of load or effort over time. In simple terms, you'll lift a bit more each session so you get stronger over time. But what does bodybuilding have to do with habit formation? It turns out we can use the exact same principle for building habits. We simply increase the time or intensity of the habit session over time, and this correlates directly with how neurons work. At the start, your brain uses only a few neurons for a new habit. The more you repeat it, the more neurons wire together to perform it. If you repeat the habit too much in the beginning, you literally burn out. But if you increase the time slowly and consistently, your brain adapts, and the habit naturally sticks. Here's an example so you can implement this strategy yourself. If your goal is to build a reading habit where you'll read for 30 minutes a day, start on day 1 by reading only for 3 minutes. After 3 full days of reading for 3 minutes, increase it to 6 minutes on the 4th day, and then keep that time until the 7th day, where you'll increase it to 9 minutes, and so on. By following this strategy, you allow your brain to form new habits naturally, without burning out. If you want to learn more about this progressive strategy and our upgraded 30-day protocol, you're welcome to watch the next video, which dives deeper into becoming a better person scientifically and efficiently.